Hi everyone, in this video we're going to deal with that perennial question, how many slides should I have for my presentation? It's something that comes up very regularly, a question that gets asked on a lot of training courses around presentation skills. You know, somebody has a 10-minute presentation, how many slides should they have? They've got a 30-minute presentation, how many slides should they have? It's a question that keeps coming up. My view on this is quite simple actually. I think it's the wrong question. We should stop asking how many slides do I need for a presentation, but instead ask what does each slide do? What is it there for? And so we've developed a little framework to help you determine whether there's a valid reason for any slide that you have within your slide deck. And if you apply this simple little rule, you'll find that you can work through a slide deck and you can remove a number of slides and kind of thin it down, and every slide in your deck will have a genuine purpose. So we call this the rule of 3 E's. 3 E's that help us determine whether or not we want to keep that slide in the deck. They are explain, emphasize, or entertain. They're 3 good reasons to keep the slide in your slide deck. So is that slide explaining something? Is it making your content easier to understand? And by that, it's often, making it a graph or a diagram, something that's making your words easier to access, that illustrates your words and helps explain what's going on. So that's a great reason to have a slide. It is explaining something, it's making it easier to understand. The second E, emphasize. Do you want to draw particular attention to something that you're saying in your presentation? So if you do, then it's a good use of a slide to have that emphasis, to highlight a key message, or as what we talk about actually, a residual message, a sticky message, a message that's going to hang around and stay like the residue in the bottom of a coffee cup. It's going to hang around after the coffee's finished. We want the message, the residual message, to hang around after the presentation is finished. So emphasizing things like that, your key residual message, that's a good use of a slide within a slide deck. The third E then is purely entertainment. Does it add flair? Does it add interest? Has it an element of fun that might engage my audience? We're looking at introducing things into the slide deck that attract the eye of the audience, that might amuse the audience, that might give them kind of something to remember about it. So entertainment value is my third E. Explain, emphasize, entertain. If your slide, as you look at it, is not doing one of those 3 things in a very convincing way, I would say, then remove it. Just take it out of the deck, slim your slide deck down so you've only got slides that are explaining, emphasizing, or entertaining. It helps you to become the presenter rather than the slide deck being the presentation. It makes you the presentation and you the one that's delivering the information, and you're being supported by the slide deck that you're using to deliver. If you've already built a bigger deck and you've got a whole bunch of different slides in there, and you use the 3 E's to cut that back and really make sure you've got a good reason for every slide in that deck, then you can still keep those additional slides that you've created, and I'd suggest put them in the handout deck. Have a separate deck that you're giving out to people and printing off, maybe handing out or sending out to people, compared to the deck that you're using for presentation. That's perfectly valid. It's so easy to do. You built that bigger deck, it's there, utilize it. But actually when you're presenting, strip it back to only slides that are explaining something, making it easier, emphasizing, drawing attention to something, entertaining, drawing the audience in and engaging them. So 3 simple rules that will help you massively improve the number of slides you have in your slide deck, simply because they're there for a reason. If this little video has been of use to you, then why don't you come and join us at iManageacademy.com. There's a link in the description below. It's our CMI endorsed management training school that's open to anyone to come and join us.